What do you mean Pringles aren't potatoes?
So Pringles used to be called, on the packaging, Pringle potato chips or Pringle chips. The FDA made them remove the chips because they're not chips.
They taste so good.
They do.
Hold on, they are chips. They're potatoes. Is that the number one ingredient?
When you look at Pringles, and you can go research it, they're not potato.
The easiest fact check I've ever done on the channel. Pringles ingredients. Number one ingredient, dehydrated potatoes.
They're a crushed up powder. They crush up this like it's just like chemicals and
They're dried potatoes, bro.
There's 0% potato in a Pringle.
It's so easy to go on Wikipedia. Like, do you think Wikipedia is secretly lobbying for Pringles right now? Overhead earth press. Oh, that's pretty good. For those who don't know, the images are just flipped. Okay, you probably knew that, but it's still really hard to do, so major props.
My boyfriend and my dad are playing with dry ice. I really don't think you're supposed to be touching that with your bare hands.
A, dry ice can cause frostbite very quickly because it's colder than regular ice. B, as it melts, it releases carbon dioxide into the air, and they look like they're in an enclosed environment. It can displace oxygen, leading to nausea, vomiting, fainting, coma, even death if the environment is very enclosed. So you gotta have good circulation, ventilation.
All right, it's just a little cold.
Why are we holding it?
Oh! Where's your hand, Billy? Billy, where's your hand?
Why does social media do this to my fragile little heart? Don't they know about Takusobo's cardiomyopathy? That's literally when a stressful event causes such pain to your near and dear heart. It actually causes a type of heart attack. Oh! How is she doing that? No, I don't understand.
She's in a harness.
Oh, I can cause a concussion, especially falling on the back of your head like that. I mean, there is padding, but still, anytime you have force that suddenly changes direction, the more abrupt that force is, the more damage done to your body. Obviously, having the cushion slows down that impact, but still, God, stunt people take abuse on their bodies. That's a pretty high jump, matching his own height there. Oh, he got me on that one.
So I'm out sunbathing in the garden yesterday.
No way this is real.
And I forgot to take my face mask off. I'm really not happy, guys.
Is this a filter or is this makeup? Looks questionable. What are we looking at here? Okay, massive hyperflexibility, which isn't always good. It can be good in some cases, especially if you're properly trained, but it could also predispose you to injury. See, I don't think this is a particularly good exercise because you're just using a lot of momentum, putting a lot of strain on joints. I'm reviewing it as if it's an actual exercise, and it's totally not. It's a person doing a TikTok. And you know what other person would agree with me? Dr. Mike Israetel. POV, me after my 6 a.m. alarm, wondering if the world really needs another doctor. I have a confession to make. When I was a resident, my alarm rang. I had no problem getting up because I felt like the world needed me. When I was a student, in college especially, every time my alarm rang, my mind went to instantly scheming into how I can get this absence excused or if I really needed to be in this class.
This is the most expensive restaurant in America. They don't take any reservations and you need a membership to even check in. But once you're in, the head chef crafts you a personalized 3-day tasting menu complete with 24/7 private room service and an all-you-can-drink minibar. But
oh, little IV saline.
The absolute highlight of the entire weekend was the solid food course on day 3, which was well worth the over $10,000 price tag.
I wonder what kind of procedure he had. Because a lot of times if someone has a GI procedure, we slowly graduate them back to their regular diet. And actually one of the things we check for post abdominal surgery is 1, if someone's passing gas, and 2, if they're having stool, because that tells us that there's no obstruction. And we know that any abdominal surgery creates a higher risk of something known as abdominal adhesion, where you create these little scar tissues that actually can tighten around an intestine, leading to an obstruction.
I got an ice cream cone stuck in my mouth.
Stuck in the mouth, or are we biting down and not? Well, if she was biting down, it would probably crack the cone. Oh, is this lockjaw? Lockjaw can happen for a variety of reasons. One could be muscular in nature, a condition known as trismus. But a lot of times when the mouth is open like that, it's probably an issue of the TMJ, and there dislocations happen and all sorts of other issues that can cause lockjaw to occur. there a sound effect? What? That's a diesel neck. You could really bruise your cartilaginous, I always struggle with that word, C-rings around your trachea. Oh, he said my posterior scalenes are more diesel than yours, bruh. No, that was some next level Matrix, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon move. I feel like that flagging one was shot in reverse. That's my perception, but I could be wrong. My boyfriend planned a movie date night. He set out all my favorite snacks. Chips, toast, cheers. Oh, that's hard to do with those glasses. Movie time, he wants to watch the footage from his knee surgery a couple summers ago. That's legit something I would want to do. You know, it'd be weird if he put on his colonoscopy. But that probably wouldn't be right for him unless he has a family history risk or has some sort of symptoms. We start screening at age 45 unless there's a family history or, again, symptoms. And if there are symptoms, it's not screening, it's diagnostic colonoscopy. Important distinction.
We know you want to be a traveling nurse, so we hooked you up with something special. Check this out.
Oh no. What is it an MRI machine? CAT scan?
Mobile CAT scan machine.
No way, is that a joke?
So now you and your homies can lay on the bed and y'all can scan each other.
So many questions, so much concern about ionizing radiation. Exhibit's just like, yeah.
Went to the doctor to get checked out. He said, everything looks really good. He goes, I do want to let you know, though, you are pre-diabetic.
Pre-diabetes is when your numbers, either your fasting blood sugar or your hemoglobin A1C, which shows us your average of your blood sugar over 3 months, falls into a specific category that's before diabetes, but also not in the healthy range. And we consider pre-diabetes a really good time to act, meaning that if we could change certain lifestyle habits, we can actually get you out of the pre-diabetic phase, because once you fall into the category of diabetes, that's for life. Even if you control with just diet and exercise, you still have an increased risk and you're still considered a diabetic or someone who has diabetes.
Do I have diabetes? He goes, no. But I could get diabetes? He goes, yes. Okay.
It's like you're on the verge, but it's a time to act.
Do you have diabetes? He goes, no. I go, but could you get diabetes? He said, I guess so. I go, let me tell you something, you're pre-diabetic.
Not exactly. Oh my God. No. And I know most people are saying, like, you're saying no because you're worried about his skin. Yes, but that's not actually why I was saying no. Do you know what's happening to this poor guy's neck while he's ripping his face off, literally? Every time you do that, you create a reflexive response of the muscle trying to spasm to protect the neck and the spinal cord. And what you get is a torn muscle. Maybe not completely torn, but at least on a microscopic level torn. And that's actually what we call a pulled muscle. A pulled muscle is micro tears. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at officially. This is a person who's facing one way on the bottom and the other way on top. I'm gonna guess this is a Zach King-esque type of edit, but it's really well made. I have friends, won't name them, when we were wearing our Apple Watches and we're tracking and competing against one another, they would do unethical things with their Apple Watch to try and trick it, including shaking their arms, moving around, and even putting it in the dryer to just have it spin. Unethical, cheating.
Are you holding in your farts? By holding in your farts, what you're actually doing is it's going into your intestines and permeating into your bloodstream.
Okay. If that was the case, why do you have a sphincter under your control that could prevent you from farting? Just putting it out there. I'm not saying hold in your farts by any means. Actually, I had a whole discussion on Armchair Expert about that.
Let's talk about sphincters, because sphincter control is awesome.
But if you hold in your fart for a reasonable amount of time, you don't have an extreme condition, because I have to predicate that with social media, you'll be fine. The point is not to do it to some extreme amount, or if you have an extreme condition. And if you're having significant abdominal pain, please seek medical care.
By letting out your fart, you're detoxing detoxifying. By holding it in, you're...
Well, at least she's not selling us something to detoxify. I'll take it. Farting is not detoxifying, but you know what? I'm not gonna mark this as misinformation. Because if she was selling you some fart serum to detoxify, maybe I'll get mad. But right now, I'm all for it.
I don't think it's a coincidence
And I like the
that
glasses
women tend to hold
and
in
the
their
pants.
farts more. Also, that women are 80% higher likelihood to have an autoimmune condition.
Ice cream sales go up in the summer. Shark attacks go up in the summer. They don't cause one another to happen. Unagi.
Unagi.
Like Friday in my off periods, like he would come pick me up. When I was in high school, we go, you know,
Like
go
off
get an
period
IV
in the middle of the day.
Middle of the day, get an IV.
What?
Oh yeah, we're getting just saline IVs game day.
This has been tested in legitimate journals. There's one published, I think, in 2012 that showed pre-sport IV hydration yields no benefits, with the exception of rare cases if you have some sort of condition again. But generally speaking, it's not valuable. And remember, cramping doesn't only happen as a result of dehydration. It could also be the fact that your muscles just overly fatigued. People don't realize that cramps happen as a result of heavy fatigue.
I asked for a spot, and this happened. Wait for it.
Hey, good lift, bro. Good lift, bro. But
Oh, that's so good. Oh my God, everyone be asking for tips these days. You know what is weird though? When you check into a hotel, nowadays no one carries cash, so it's like hard to give a tip. I almost wish they had like a QR code or something.
Diet soda's worse?
Ironically, it's worse.
Come on, how so?
The reason is diet soda with artificial sweeteners, what it does is that the non-nutritive sweeteners that don't get absorbed in your body as calories, sugar-free, go down and poison your gut microbiome.
Come on.
Your gut bacteria.
You know that I don't like when people go on podcasts, make strong claims, and then the host just goes, no way. Like, ask a question why the field disagrees. See, I wish I could see in that clip what he's saying it's worse than. Because anytime in nutrition, when you say this thing is bad for you or this thing is good for you, it's in comparison to what? If I'm having a patient who's consuming a ton of sugary sweetened soda and they are metabolically unhealthy, perhaps have morbid obesity, getting them to a diet soda could be beneficial to them, irrespective of whatever you want to say about the microbiome. And while there is some preliminary research showing that there are some changes to the microbiome when you consume artificial sweeteners, we don't yet know what that means. The microbiome is touted by experts as the key to everything, but right now it's almost like the key to nothing. We know so little about the microbiome that there's only a handful of conditions that we can even recommend probiotics for. The rest of the use cases are largely experimental and people just recommend them as a form of last resort. Since nothing else worked, try that.
No, I'm not doing that. I want to look all like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh my God, we've been over this. That's not how it works. Okay, I'll try it.
There you go. Just get down, hands about. That way, yeah, looks good. And go down all the way. There you go. Good. And then back up real strong. Back up real strong.
This reminds me of my question to Dr. Mike Israetel when I was like, what do we say to women who are afraid of getting too bulky from lifting? And here's my entire conversation with him that I know you'll enjoy. It's long, it's lengthy, it's good. Click here, check that out, and as always, stay happy and healthy.